It is 2026. You may have set certain goals and probably working towards achieving them. In this video, we are going to talk about the our internal tendencies. We are going to talk about our internal tendencies and the idea of internal growth, how it directly impacts you, me, and all of us. So let's begin this video. I read a book called A Power of a Subconscious Mind, which emphasizes one quote. I will tell you that quote, and this is my you can say the diary where I do the journaling. Some of the things I will share in this video from this diary only because I write all the things about me here only. Okay, so let me tell you that quote that I read in the book. That is, look around you, everyone. You will notice that a vast majority of mankind are living in world without means outside of the world. Few entitlement person living in the world within means inner world. These inner world name as the thoughts, feelings, imaginary, and every outcome you see outside the world, it is coming from the inner world. So after reading this, I begin observing myself. Um, from the past 8 to 9 months, I have been self observing. I have been observing myself very consciously, and I have identified the list, you can say the list, yeah, list of internal tendencies that I possess. So I will also share with you those list of tendencies also I have written in this diary only. Okay, in this diary only I have written those the list of tendencies that I'm going to share with you now. So now let me tell you the list of tendencies that I possess. Okay, and I'm going to share it from this diary because I have observed in this only. So I mean I have observed in myself, but I have written all those tendencies in this diary. So first one is ego. I must prove that I am right and superior. Second is jealousy. Third is attention seeking, oversharing the achievement so that people can praise me. And a fourth is a comparison. I must compare my journey with the others. And the judgment, like just try to judge the people what they are doing, and always trying to judge. Okay, and craving that okay, I must feel praised, I must feel good, and I must feel that I'm important, something like that. And the seventh one is the guilt and shame, replaying the past and all the activities that I have done, and oversharing, or you can say the over talking that okay. And the ninth one is a spiritual show off, and 10th is a resistance of simplicity. I would like to explain this term for a while, because I have seen that resistance of simplicity means that avoid to being a simple thing, a simple life. Avoid the things that are boring. But these are the important facts of life. Okay. So this is the 10th one. And the 11th one is the sharing before act, which is a very, very, very most important factors. And now let me tell you some of the most important factors that affects how we take action and achieve our goals. These tendencies can stop us moving forward. Either if we work on them, they can help us to reach our full potential. Okay, so let me talk about the three main tendencies, because I have mentioned here total 11 tendencies, right? But these are the three that I want to explain in this video, and you can say these can be the root cause of everything. Okay, I feel in my life that these three tendencies that I possess, these things are making me lazy or something, anything, or you can say stopping me to learn something new or anything. Okay, so let's talk about the first one. We will start from the first one, uh, which is sharing before act. I have mentioned in this list in the last, but now I am mentioning it in the you can say in the beginning. uh this is something that you can say sharing before act means whenever you are start any work, or whenever we are going to start any work, including learning a new skill or developing a new good habit. So once we share it with anyone before taking even first step, what happens, you usually notice, or I have also noticed, that that work that you have shared with someone before even taking your first step, you will see that you have not started that work, or that work doesn't that not did not you can say finished yet. Why? Have you ever wondered about this situation? When, or you can say that, have you ever be in that situation that when you are going to start something and you share it with someone or anyone, it doesn't matter who they are, okay, you just shared with them, and uh, you have noticed that, okay, that work does not finished. Why? Is it because of Avilite? I don't know, but I know the main reason here, what I have found in myself. Or maybe you can also relate with this. What happens when we share it with someone that we are going to start something, our brain easily finds it very productive. And when your brain feel that, okay, it is a productive right now, and that at that point of time your brain thinks the task is finished. Let's say I'm going to write in one article, or you can say I'm going to read the article. What happens, I will share with someone, okay, I am reading article on a daily basis, but are we actually doing it? No, because our brain thinks that I have just shared with someone, the task is finished, means I have already read the article, because I have shared with someone, and it is actually true. You will find it, okay, it is a very nonsense thing, but believe me, it is true. You can also notice, and if you will observe very tiny, tiny things, very tiny, tiny decisions in your life, you will find the same. And if you don't find the same, maybe there must be any other reason, but this can be a very vast reason, or the big reason of to not able to achieve that work or anything. So this was the first one. Now let's go to the second point. Now uh, let's come to the second point. The second point is the attention seeking, or you can say the approval seeking behavior. And in this, what happened, this actually makes condition more worse, because this actually focus your shift from learning the actual things or doing anything in your life, to it actually shift your mind. Let's say here is the thing that you want to learn something, but it will shift your mind to get approval and seek attention seeking from the people. Let me tell you the very practical example. Okay, let's say you are learning something. Okay, and in your brain you automatically imagine that, if I will learn this thing, I will show off this to the people. All right, okay, that, okay, I have this amount of knowledge, and from internal things I'm sharing here. I know it can be cringe, it can be very, very weird, but it is the thing that I want to share. Okay, and this is about the approval seeking or attention seeking. Like whenever, let's say, the musical instrument, okay, or the reading the book. Why people are reading book? We will create another video for this, about reading the book. That nowadays the self-help books are literally, you know people are reading it. Okay, so now, anyways, so you'll find that we are reading, or when we are doing everything for just for seeking the attention and getting the approvals from others. And this is a sign of insecurity, when you want approval and the seek like attention from other people, right? And it actually stop you from learning. So this is about the second one. Now let's talk about the third and very most important and the last one, that is an ego. Ego is something, you can say that it blocks the gate of the knowledge. It actually blocks your brain, the prefrontal cortex, you can say cortex, or you can say anything that you want to learn something, or you can gain a good amount of knowledge. It actually blocks that knowledge to enter in your mind. Let me give you a very practical example here. Ego actually comes in every decision, in very small, small decision in our life, but we are not aware of it. And I personally am saying to myself that, okay, I have an ego. And this is true. And somewhere you will also find in yourself also that you have an ego. And how it actually impacts you. uh, let's say there is a person who has spent in a company 4 to 5 years, right? Exactly. And he had not get any promotion, not too much salary increment. But at that point of time, if he will share or she will share something about her experience, what people usually do, or a person like me will do, we say, okay, he is in a 5 years in the company, he has not switched, and he's telling me to grow or telling me a suggestion. So why should I take that suggestion? But believe me, maybe that person has a very unique perspective to see the things. Maybe a person has a very great experience than you. A person maybe has learned a lot in these 5 years. So at that point of time, our ego, you know, uh, comes from inside in our decision, and we don't listen to themselves. I'm just giving an example here, okay? So it is not something, it is an ego. Okay, it is an ego. I'm just giving I have given you a one example. But ego is also tell you to feel superior from the people, and when you always try to feel superior than the people, you will always see whosoever front of you is not useful or not good. And also, when you have an ego, you will have very less knowledge and you will be too much confident about it. And there is also one psychological effect, I think. If tell me if I'm wrong, at during cargo effect, there is something like that. I'm not aware of it, but I know about the meaning, that the less you know, the more confident you are. And ego is also something that prevent you to experience new things in a life. Means you will find yourself, the ego is also something that stopping or preventing you to learn a new experience, learning a new thing, and learning from someone. Okay, and I have to already told you the reason. Now I want to tell you something, that is the things in I have mentioned in this video. I would like to end this video by saying that I don't know how much time it will take. Maybe my entire life will be gone to to overcome these tendencies and to get a victory on it. But from this year I will start doing the things where I can overcome these things. I know it will be very tough, and I also believe one thing, that changes comes from inside, not from the outside.